is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Scorpio Sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of October 23rd and November 21st, then you are a Scorpio Sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be doing a look at the month ahead reading for the month of December for all Scorpio Sun signs, and this reading is going to tell you what past, present, and future energies are surrounding you, what to hold on to and let go of in the upcoming month, what obstacles and lessons are going to be on your path in the month of December. Basically, this reading is designed to give you the most information possible about the month of December so you can make it the best month possible. Alright, that is my goal at least. We'll see how it goes. Let's introduce you to my crystal friends. I've got my Sodalite sphere here, which I keep with me for every reading, so most of you are pretty familiar with him. Thank you, Sodalite. Then I wanted to infuse some energy and vitality and some of that sunshine energy into this reading, so I brought along some natural citrine here. I don't know if you can see that. Natural citrine from Africa. As well as some Heliodor. This is a member of the beryl family, which includes aquamarine and peridot, and is my favorite beryl. It's Heliodor, and it brings a sunshiny energy to this reading. So that's going to be cool. We're going to be using the Llewellyn Tarot, and this deck has finally reached fully customized. I've trimmed it, and I've also edged it brown. So now, look at that. It is edged and ready to go. Alright, so if you would, give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies surrounding Scorpio Sun signs in the month of December? Alright, that ought to do it. We will cut the deck, and we're going to deal out 8 cards. Alright, 8 cards, and while we're at it, we're going to consult the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, talking about edged decks. And we're going to ask the Psychic Tarot of the Heart what message it has for Scorpio Sun signs in the month of December. What message for Scorpio Sun signs in the month of December? Okay, and we'll take a look at that card at the end of the reading. So what we're going to do, friends, is go through these cards individually, see what message they have for us as a whole, and then we'll look at them. Wait, no, what? What? I spaced out there. I saw some dirt on my table. Okay, anyway, we're going to look at these cards individually and then see what message they have as a whole. First thing I'm noticing, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, and they're on the perimeters. We'll see what that means as we get into it. So let's take a look at these cards individually. This first card here represents the energies of last month, so the energies of November. And we've got the Ace of Swords. Alright, the feeling I'm getting from this card is that November was a time for new ideas to spring up. And not only that, I feel as though, you know, a lot of times we'll get new ideas and we'll say, oh, that's a great idea, I should do that. And then months pass by and you're like, what was that idea I had? Never mind. What's for lunch, right? But I'm getting the feeling here that November was a time for you, a new idea came up, and this one stuck. This one you tried to implement. This one you tried to bring into fruition. And I'm sure this is a reading for a large group of people, so it's hard to say how the idea went. I encourage you guys to look at these cards and hear what I say and figure out how this pertains to you in your life, since these cards have meanings for everyone individually. But yes, I'm getting the feeling that a new idea came up, a new opportunity, and you actually got on board this one, and you may have even put in some energy or some action into manifesting it, into creating this idea. And it seems like almost like a new venture, a new way to go. So Very good. It seems like November was a transformative month in a way for a lot of you. Maybe some change came as a result of this new idea. So interesting. All right, let's move on to this card. This card here represents the present energies. The energies of right now. We've got the Five of Wands. And, there's in tarot, there's positives and negatives to every card. But you generally don't want to see this card. This card is about fighting. Maybe not literal fighting, not fist fighting, but kind of just bumping heads with other people. And I get the feeling that right now, presently, things aren't going so smoothly for Scorpios. This could have a lot to do with you just being on a different wavelength from the people in your life. And I think that's probably going to be the main cause for most of the people who are listening to this, is that your energy is just so different from others right now that they're not really understanding you, they're not getting you, they're not on the same wavelength, and as a result there's going to be some confrontation, some conflict. But this could also represent, maybe the people around you are the ones who are on the drastic different end. I guess it depends on your perspective. If the world revolves around you, then it's the other people's fault. But there's something to take away from this. Anytime you're bumping heads against somebody else, anytime there's a verbal argument or maybe just an energetic disagreement, there's something to be learned there, and it's usually exposing some shadow aspect to yourself. So next time you get into an argument or an altercation or something, really, I want you to listen to, okay, when you get into an argument or an altercation, this is important. What do you feel about the other person? And why is that other person causing you distress? Now I want you to think about how that problem or that issue exists in your life. Because generally when we have a problem with another person, when we butt heads with another person, we're really not agreeing with them because we see a facet of ourselves in them. So if you think, oh, this coworker, he does his work really slowly and it's annoying and I hate it. Maybe there's some of that in you. Maybe you do your work very slowly and you're just projecting your frustrations with yourself onto another person. Think about that. Right now, Scorpios, now is the time to think about that as you get into altercations, as you butt heads with other people. And, I'm not getting the sense of, huge fights, but, these little squabbles here and there. Just realize that, you're probably having an issue with these people because of an issue within you, right? And you're usually blaming them for their issue that is actually your issue. I don't know if I described that very well, but whatever, let's move on. All right, this card here represents the energies of next month, so the energies of December. We've got the Three of Pentacles, and I'm feeling here that December is going to be a time for you to really put in work, to be creative, to flourish, to do what you do. You do what you do and you enjoy it, right? And this could be your work, this could be your hobby, hopefully, or a passion. Hopefully, all three are mixed together. Ideally, your work is your passion and your hobby. But I do see people taking notice of you, of your hard work. Whereas, you got this new idea, this new venture, and now you're meeting some resistance. I think it's going to feel good when we get to November and people are starting to say, oh, now I get what this guy's doing or this girl's doing. Now I see that Scorpio's got something going on. You know what I mean? But right now it might not seem that way just because of the conflict that surrounds you. But never fear, this conflict is fleeting. It'll pass. And then December's going to open up to more possibilities as people start to take notice of your creativity, of your ingenuity, of your skills. And you're going to have more fun doing it as more people take notice of you. Obviously, that's the way it works. Sort of. Cool. So, interesting progression here, Scorpios. But I do sense some hard times now, but never fear. They will pass. All right, let's move on over to here. This card represents what to hold on to in the month of December. We've got the Tower card. We've got Major Arcana. Give me a moment to go into this card. All right, this card is saying embrace change. Embrace that sudden, drastic change that, seems to come out of nowhere, right? And when change comes out of nowhere, we're not ready for it. We're like, whoa, what is that? I don't want to deal with that. This is not a good thing. This is a negative thing. Oh my goodness, my life is in shambles, right? This card is suggesting that this month, really embrace change. Allow change to occur. When it does occur, be grateful for it. Realize that something that is no longer serving you is leaving, and something that is going to improve your life is entering, and that is going to shift your energetic focus dramatically. It's going to skew you towards more positivity, and the more change that comes, the better your life is going to be. If you hold that mentality, Scorpio friends, then that's what will be. All right, whatever mentality you hold is true. You're right. So if you hold the mentality that change is coming to improve your life, then yes, it will. Yes, that will be true. So hold on to change. Embrace change this month. If change comes, allow it and enjoy it and embrace it and show gratitude for it. All right. This card here represents the biggest hurdle or struggles you're likely to see this month, in the month of December. We've got the Temperance card. Another major arcana. Give me a moment to travel down this rabbit hole. Okay, staying on an even keel might be an issue for you this month. And I'm getting the feeling of maybe emotionally. Staying even emotionally. With a lot of ups and downs, with a lot of drastic change occurring, with your idea coming to fruition, it's going to be easy to get a little off kilter emotionally. Right, so we respond emotionally to a lot of things, to change in our life, to new opportunities. We respond to it emotionally, and if something doesn't work out, then we, if we were hopeful for something and it doesn't work out, then we fall into some depression or some negativity. And I think finding that balance so that you don't allow outside circumstances to control your emotions, finding the balance to where you're able to maintain your vibration, maintain your mood, no matter what is happening outside of you. That's the balance that's going to be hard for you to acquire this month. And my suggestion to you would be to meditate, to center yourself, to stay grounded, and to realize that, these outside external things can't really affect you unless you allow them to. It's all up to you. If you want them to affect you negatively, they will. And that's how it goes. So maintaining this balance this month is all about your mentality. It's all about your focus, your consciousness, and where you're putting your energy. So keep that in mind as you move forward this month. All right, this card here represents what to let go of in the month of December. We've got another major arcana. This is the Lovers. Interesting card. Give me a moment to go into this card and see what it has to say. Okay, overzealousness is kind of the word that I'm getting. How can I put this? Sometimes we cling on too tightly to things that we love, and it can cause us some negative emotions when that thing doesn't love us back, or doesn't reciprocate, or does something we don't like, or shows its shadow to us. And I think holding on too tightly to things is definitely going to be an issue for you this month. Yeah, and the fact that I see a lot of hope going into this month. I think there's hope for the future. There's hope for your projects, whatever you're passionate about. And I think that I'm not saying don't have hope, but I'm saying if you put too much stock into the future and things improving, if you're not allowing the universe to bring to you, and rather you're saying, this is what I want, universe, and I want it to come this way, and this way, I'm very passionate about it, and this is what's going to happen. I'm a manifester, and I'm going to bring it to me. If you have that attitude, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment a little bit. Okay, the universe is not going to fall into your plans. The universe is going to give you what you want, but it's not going to give you what you want in the way you want it necessarily. So holding on to that passion of creating your desires, don't be too stringent with how it has to come. Basically is kind of the gist I'm getting from this card. Don't be so like, it has to happen this way, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be so depressed. Right? Don't do that, because the universe is going to give you what you want, but it's not going to do it in the way you hoped. So you're setting yourself up for disappointment if you feel like it has to happen this way. That's kind of the gist I'm getting from that card. All right, let's move on. This card here represents the energies of your friends, family, co-workers, the energy of the people in your life in the month of December. And we've got another major arcana. We've got the Hanged Man. All right, the feeling I'm getting from this card is that the people in your life, generally as a whole, are going to be kind of, compared to you, they're going to feel just like they're stagnant, stuck in place. They're just moving too slowly for you. And not to say that you're going to be, rush, a go-get-'em attitude in December, not necessarily, but you are going to be a little bit more focused. You're going to be more concerned about creating, and maybe the people around you are going to be more concerned about, taking the month off. It's December. It's a time for us to relax generally and celebrate, whereas I see you wanting to get things done in the month of December. So the people around you might feel a little bit slow. And of course, there's going to be individuals in your life who are going to be on your wavelength or above your wavelength or whatever. But for the most part, generally speaking, the people in your life seem to be like, they're just going to be watching you as you go. So don't expect a lot of support from them or some energy that's going to help you propel you forward. They're going to have more of a hanged man energy, which is like sit around and wait. Let's just see where this goes type energy. And that's not necessarily the energy I feel like you're going to have in December. Okay? All right. The last card here represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of December. And we've got the King of Wands. Ooh. I think the lesson here is that in order to create what you want, in order to manifest, in order to produce creativity, you have to stay diligent. You have to constantly put work in. You have to, be steady, be consistent, and just continually put in action. Just sitting around and waiting will not produce results. Just sitting around and thinking won't produce results. Feeling won't produce results. They will help the results occur, but it requires action. Action is needed in order to create what you want. And yes, the law of attraction, the secret, I hate the secret, but I don't like talking about it because I feel like it's misinformation. But the secret says, imagine that car and feel driving that car, and that car will come to you. No! That car, you do need to visualize, you need to imagine, but you also need to put in work for the universe to help you. And the universe will help you, but you have to be determined. You have to truly want it, and you have to show the universe that you truly want it by continually putting in action. Even when you've hit resistance, even when you've failed, the universe is just a test to see if you really want it. And if you put in action after that failure, then you're saying to the universe, yes, I want this thing. I'm going to get it. And the universe will say, okay, this lady is determined. We're gonna throw it her way because she's showing that she truly wants it. So that's what it's going to take, Scorpio friends. And looking at these cards as a whole now, seeing the progression here, I do see positivity in the month of November, a new idea, a new venture, a new thing coming up that you're very excited about, you like to talk about, and it brought a lot of excitement. But you are meeting a little bit of a resistance now from the people in your life, maybe even from strangers, and it's just like a speed bump, basically. But we're going to hit that freeway again in December. December is going to be time for creation and for manifestation, for people to recognize your skills and your abilities. And there's just going to be a growing of whatever your passion is. Be sure to allow change. Change is here to help. Change is here to make you grow. And don't shy away from change. Don't reject it. Allow it to come into your life, and it's going to improve your life dramatically. Try to keep balanced. There's going to be high emotions this month because there's going to be like peaks and valleys. There's highs and lows. And if you allow those peaks and valleys to dictate how you feel, you're going to be in trouble. So you need to find that internal balance and not allow external forces to sway your emotions. And don't be too passionate. Don't be overzealous. Scorpios, we can get pretty obsessed with things. And, if if our expectations aren't met, we get very upset or even angry. Don't allow that to happen. Yes, it's good to have passion, but don't dictate to the universe what has to happen. Be more open, be more allowing of things to enter into your life rather than saying, this has to come at this time. Don't be so stringent in in that type of energy. And the people around you, they're on their own thing this month. You have a go get 'em attitude. Everyone else is worried about what's for Christmas dinner. You're worried about my creativity and I'm going to produce and create. So if you feel people kind of dragging you down with their static energy, then just go off and do your own thing. Go be creative. Go do your passions and let them catch up to you. And the lesson here this month, Scorpio friends, is you got to keep doing. You got to have a plan. You got to put energy into that plan, and you have to continually work towards your goals. Show the universe that you are dedicated by not letting anything stop you, and you will reach your goals, guaranteed. All right, before we go, we asked the Psychic Tarot of the Heart what message you had for Scorpio sun signs in the month of December, and we've got sadness and isolation. Oh no, not the best card. Let me go into this and see what this is saying. All right, this is not a bad thing. Sadness and isolation, immediately you think of depression, you think of loneliness, but when I think of sadness and isolation in the context of this reading, I'm thinking about you creating. There's no one else who can create like you. There's no one else who has your specific type of creativity. So when you are being creative, when you are expressing yourself, when you're putting your nose to that grindstone, it's going to feel like you're isolated, like it's sadness, like you're all alone here, just like a, I don't know what to, I don't know, forget. Okay, you're just all alone creating, right? And it just feels kind of lonely because there's no one else like you. But that's a good thing because you are creating something that no one else can create. And it might feel like sadness, it might feel like isolation, but guarantee when you finish your creative project, you're going to get the attention of so many people. And it's all going to be worth that sadness, that isolation, that loneliness, because you've created something that people can enjoy, that's going to benefit people, and they're going to show love and appreciation. But in the moment, in the time of creating it, it doesn't feel that way. But never fear. If this is something you're passionate about, then you need to put your head down and bear it and just crank it out. Okay? All right, Scorpio friends, that is the reading. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, this is a general reading, and take what works for you and leave the rest. But if you want a more specific reading where I tap into your energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description below. You get sent on over there and check out the various readings. I want to work with you to bring healing, to bring clarity. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like button. That lets me know that you enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on all my videos. I release these videos bi-monthly, as well as weekly readings and deck reviews and spreads, all sorts of things you don't want to miss out on. So hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. All right, Scorpio friends, it's going to be a month where you're on your own, but it's time to create. It's time to manifest and put your head down and create something that the world is going to love. All right, Scorpio friends, have a great month. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.